So today we're going to go over how to divide by a monomial. This is not something that we did in class this year before we ran out of time for coronavirus, but I'm going to show you kind of how it works. First, you need to remember a couple of rules. When you are dividing and you have exponents, you divide the coefficient and you subtract the exponent. Right, so those are the rules when you are dividing monomials by monomials, and we're going to use that rule here. So basically, all you do is you divide each part, 40n cubed plus 24n squared plus 24n. You divide the entire thing by 8n. Okay, that's just another way to write it. It's a way that might make more sense. So when you're doing these, a lot of the times people like to kind of break it into chunks. So we're gonna, it's almost like distributing that 8n to each part. All right, so now you can see you kind of have three little problems to do, and you're going to follow these rules now. So we need to divide the coefficients. 40 divided by 8 is 5. We know we're going to have an n. 3 minus 1 is 2. So 5n squared for that part. Next, 24 divided by 8 is 3. 2 minus 1 is 1n. And on this one, 24 divided by 8 is 3. And we have n to the first power divided by n to the first power. 1 minus 1 is 0. So we could write n to the 0, but you may remember that anything to the 0 power equals 1. So this would be the answer. Okay. All right, let's do another one. We have 45x to the fourth plus 36x cubed plus 18x squared. And we're going to divide the whole thing by 9x. When you do that, you kind of distribute that 9x to each term. All right, and now we're going to follow these rules. Divide coefficients, subtract exponents. 45 divided by 9 is 5. X, 4 minus 1 is 3. 36 divided by 9 is 4. 3 minus 1 is 2. 18 divided by 9 is 2. 2 minus 1 is 1. And that really is how you do it. I'm going to do one that's slightly more complicated now just to show you how that would work. And then hopefully that's enough to get you started if you chose to move ahead. Let's look at number 6. All right, so we're going to write this, showing what it really kind of looks like. And then using that kind of distributive property to spread the 6v squared out to each term. All right, and now we need to follow the rules. Divide the coefficients. 30 divided by 6 is 5. 24 divided by 6 is 4. 3 divided by 6 is actually 1/2. Okay, let's look at the v's. V, 4 minus 2 is 2. Subtract coefficients. 3 minus 2 is 1. And 2 minus 2 is 0. So we actually don't need to write any because anything to the 0 power equals 1. All right. And actually, let me show you one more example just to show you what happens if you end up with a variable on the bottom. So let's look at number 10. All right, and remember, you can pause these videos at any time. I'm trying to do them fairly quickly, but it's up to you if you want them to take a little bit longer. So 16v cubed plus 2v squared plus v. I'm going to skip the step of writing it out like this and just kind of distribute the 8v cubed to each part. Okay. Divide coefficients. 16 divided by 8 is 2. We have cubed minus cubed, so v to the 0. I'm going to write it this time, just in case you were confused before. The next one, 2 divided by 8. Well, that does not equal an integer, so we're going to simplify that as 1/4. Okay, we have v squared and v cubed. That equals v to the -1, which is not something that we've talked about before I made this video, at least. All right, and the last one, 1, there's an implied 1 over 8, simplifies to 1/8. And we have v to the 1 minus 3, v -2. All right, that looks kind of funny. And what I have not shown you yet, but will be soon, is that that negative exponent actually means it's in the wrong place. So to write this, you would do 2 plus, because remember, v to the 0 equals 1, so we don't need to write it. 1 over 4v. That's how you would write that. That 1 is kind of right there. Plus 1 over 8, and since this v is negative, we're going to move it down and put squared. Okay. Again, that rule is one that we did not go over before our coronavirus break. Okay, I hope that gave you a good overview, and have a great day.